Alyssa, why aren't you home yet? It's already so late. Where on earth could you have been all this time? It's already morning, for goodness sake. You better tell me what you're up to now.
Can't you just be quiet for once? School's off today, so it doesn't matter what I do, okay?
I'm just genuinely worried about you, Alyssa. Why are you being so defensive all of a sudden?
To be honest, coming from a woman who dropped out of high school and works as a nightclub escort, whatever you say doesn't resonate with me at all. Especially because I know you're still out working there until this late into the night. I don't care about your opinions. Unlike you, I'm actually putting in the effort to study properly. I'm serious about my future and my education. It's just sad that my mother, who's a high school dropout, is the mom of an elite law student like me. That's rough. It's so bad that it's not even funny at this point. So, could you at least do me a favor and stop pretending to be a good mother to me?
You've seriously been thinking like that all this time? I can't believe it. Do you have any idea how I felt all these years, raising you completely on my own, without any help?
No, why do you think I would care about that? Your struggles don't mean anything to me. I've never once, not even for a single moment, thought of you as my mother. You're worthless to me. Even if you try to play victim here, you aren't fooling me. Your pathetic life is all your fault.
I just want you to listen to my advice as your parent, because I care about you so much. But I guess that's too much to ask from you. It's heartbreaking to think you've been seeing me in such a negative light all this time, Alyssa. I'm really hurt.
Ugh, you're so annoying. Can you stop it already? This is driving me crazy. Please just stop acting like you're the victim here, because you're not. It's pathetic and honestly getting really old. I don't mean to be rude, Mom, but clearly I'm the real victim here. Think about it. I'm stuck with a single mother that was too dumb to even finish high school. Seriously, when you think about it, I am so pitiful. My life is just beyond sad. I only managed to get into law school despite being in such a horrible environment because I'm a genius. I guess this is what they call a rose growing from the concrete. It's a miracle, really, considering who raised me. Oh, but even concrete would be too generous of a comparison for you, wouldn't it? You're not even on that level, unfortunately. You're more like a pile of trash that's at least something you can be proud of, right? Unlike your career, your education.
How can you even say such cruel and heartless things to me, Alyssa? This is beyond hurtful.
I'm just stating the facts here. I'm not being mean, just honest. You need to hear the truth sometimes, Mom. Maybe if you stopped playing the tragic victim all the time, you wouldn't be single at that age. Just saying. You should really try facing reality a little more. You're a desperate bum, while I am the complete opposite of you. So I'm glad I didn't end up in your footsteps. Anyway, I don't want to talk to you or even take a glance at you for a while, so I'm not coming back home for a few days.
Alyssa.
Vivien, are you awake right now? I wanted to check in on you and see how you're doing. Are you there?
Oh, Mom, hi. Yeah, I'm awake. What's up? Is there something you need to talk about?
I'm planning on bringing you some fresh vegetables the next time I visit, just to make sure you're eating well. So let me know when it's convenient for you, okay? I want to bring them over when you're free.
How about we do it this evening? I should be free then, and it would be nice to see you. Thanks as always, Mom. You're always so thoughtful.
What's wrong, Vivien? You don't sound like your usual self. You seem off, and I'm getting worried. Is there something bothering you that you're not telling me?
Mom, you can tell just from my text messages? I didn't think I was being that obvious. How do you always know?
Of course I can tell. How long do you think I've been your mother? I know you better than anyone else. You wouldn't be acting like this if everything was fine. Something must have happened, right? Please, tell me.
Well, lately I've been wondering if I failed as a mother. I don't even know if I should be talking to you about this, but I really need to get it off my chest. Today, Alyssa told me something that really stung. She said she's never once thought of me as her mother. And hearing that from her really hurt me deeply. I'm still struggling to process it.
Alyssa actually said that? Oh, I can't believe she could be so harsh to you, Vivien. But come to think of it, I've noticed that the two of you haven't been going out together or spending much time together recently.
Yeah, she's embarrassed that I'm a high school dropout because she's a student in law school. I've worked so hard all these years to raise her. I mean, I sacrificed so much for her during the 20 years that I've had her for. Besides, I like working in my current job and I'm pretty good at it. So being rejected and looked down on by Alyssa like this, it's so shocking and painful to endure. Was it my fault for raising her this way? Or was it a mistake for me to choose to raise her at all?
Well, she isn't wrong. You had to start working even though you were still finishing high school, but that doesn't mean it was your choice. It wasn't because you didn't want to study or lacked the ability. No, you had bigger reasons for making that sacrifice. You compromised your own future to protect and support our family, ensuring we could survive during those difficult times. And yet, Alyssa, she doesn't understand the sacrifices you made or the reasons behind them. Don't worry, Vivien. I'll make sure everything is going to be okay. In fact, I'll have a talk with Alyssa myself and try to help her understand the situation better. She shouldn't be disrespecting you like this.
She's always been close to you, so I agree. This would be a good course of action. Thanks, Mom. I don't know what I'd do without you.
You went and ratted me out to Grandma, didn't you? I can't believe you would do something like that behind my back. You know how much I look up to Grandma, and yet you still told her everything? You're the absolute worst. What kind of a person does something like that? I'm starting to think that you have no sense of morality at all.
I wasn't trying to rat you out and get you in trouble. That wasn't my intention at all, believe me. I just needed some advice from someone who's raised a child before, that's all. She knows a lot more than I do about parenting.
But the fact that you're a high school dropout is something that can never be changed or undone no matter what. There's no point in getting advice. Or are you seriously planning to go back to school in your 40s to finish both high school and college? Ugh, that's ridiculous. I respect Grandma and not you. Not just because she's family, but mainly because of how successful and driven she is. She managed to graduate from college and become a successful business owner, which is impressive already, but even more so in her generation. Meanwhile, you're over 40 years old and still stuck working as an escort. It's honestly so embarrassing for me. That's why I really don't want to think of you as my mother. It's too humiliating to even consider it.
But Alyssa, is education really that important? Does it define everything about a person's worth and value in life? I don't think so. Education is just one measure for judging a person's abilities or character. Yes, it does come in handy at times, and yet it shouldn't be the only thing that defines who they are or what they're worth. There's so much more to consider.
Stop trying to justify yourself with these weak excuses. They're not going to change my mind. When you're this uneducated, it must be so frustrating to try to convince people that you're worthy. Even if you somehow improve yourself in any way, it's too late for it now. I swear, I will never consider you my true mother, no matter what.
I didn't know you really hated me this much. Is that how you've been feeling all this time? Well, I guess there's not much of a difference if you don't consider me your mother anymore. I'm not your real mother anyway.
What? What do you mean by that? This isn't making any sense. Are you trying to tell me something serious, or is this just another one of your jokes?
I'm telling the truth, Alyssa. You're not my biological daughter, because we're not related. I took you in when you were just a newborn baby, because there was no one else to care for you. I've raised you ever since then, doing my best to be a mother to you, even though we're not related by blood.
No way this is true. Do you really think you can fool me like this? Just because I've rejected you as my mother, what's the point of making up such a blatant lie? It's not convincing at all. Don't give me that "I found you abandoned" sob story. It's so overplayed. I can't believe you'd even go there. Do you seriously expect me to believe something like that?
If you want to believe it's a lie, go ahead and think that. It might take some time to accept what I've just told you. I know I've kept this from you your whole life, but I'm not lying. Everything I've just said to you is the truth.
You're bluffing. You're just trying to mess with me, aren't you? This isn't gonna fly, Mom. I'm going to get back at you. Mom, you were serious when you said I'm not really your child? It wasn't a lie? I didn't want to believe it. I'm shocked. I thought it was just a bad joke, so I went to get a copy of my birth certificate to prove you wrong. And there was no parent-child relationship between us. I can't believe this. The documents actually confirm what you said.
I told you so. You should have believed me the first time. I don't lie about things like this. It's too important for me to make it up.
But then, what was everything you told me before? Everything I thought I knew about my life? Was it all a lie? You said my father died in an accident. You made me believe that story ever since I could remember. Why would you do that?
I had no choice but to tell you that story as a cover, Alyssa. If I told you the truth, That I didn't have a partner at all in the first place, that would have been difficult to understand at your age.
So everything you told me about my life, about who I am, was just to protect me from the truth? Wait, this all makes sense now. My biological mother's genes are what made me so exceptional. I must have inherited her brilliance. You must have adopted me from an orphanage, right? There's no other explanation for why I ended up with you. I knew I could never be the child of a nightclub worker. You're lucky you got to raise a prodigy like me. Not everyone gets that chance, especially someone like you. If you'd gotten married and had your own child, they wouldn't have turned out as exceptional as me. It'd be impossible.
The only reason you're relieved about this is because you don't know the whole truth yet. I wasn't finished.
What's that supposed to mean? Is there really anything else to add here? Quit trying to be so mysterious. You're not making any sense, and it's really frustrating. Just get your point across already. Oh, I know. You're just envious of my excellence. That's why you're acting so weird.
It's nothing like that, Alyssa. I know who your real mother is. That's the truth you don't want to accept. But it's important you know. Your real mother, she was a girl who worked at the same club as me. Believe it or not, she was in the same nightlife industry as I am. That's the reality of where you came from.
What? Are you saying my real mother was a trashy woman like you too?
I don't know who the father was, and neither did she. She got so involved in the nightclub scene that she had physical relationships with multiple men at once. One day, she had relations with a man she didn't know at all. Then she found out that she was pregnant with his baby. And when she told him about the baby, the man simply left her with no support at all. She made some foolish mistakes, yes, but she was also such a sweet girl. She never deserved what happened to her.
No way, this can't be real. My parents left me for no serious reason?
When the man abandoned her, she was already too far along to terminate the pregnancy. So she was stuck with no option but to give birth to you. She was younger than me and grew fond of me, so I felt responsible to take care of her and wanted to help however I could. I even covered her childbirth expenses because I couldn't bear to see her go through it all alone without any support. At first, she said she would raise you herself, but she eventually couldn't handle it and became too overwhelmed. Eventually, she just left you at the club and disappeared. Because you were the child of someone who was like a little sister to me, I felt it was my duty to raise you myself. So I did just that. I couldn't leave you behind, and I took you in as my own child.
So that means my real mother was also a worker in the nightlife industry? A vulgar woman just like you? And on top of that, she was an idiot? So dumb that she was tricked by some man and then abandoned her own child? My foster mother is a filthy, promiscuous woman, and now I find out that my birth mother was too? This is the absolute worst. I don't want to be involved with a bottom feeder like you anymore. You're the absolute scum of society. I am done with you and everything you represent. Just leave some money behind and disappear from my life completely, will you? I don't want to ever see you again.
You couldn't have chosen worse words. You're calling me the scum of society? How could you say that after everything I've done for you?
It's the truth. Women who work in nightclubs for hundreds of men are obviously at the bottom of society. That's just how it is. Stay out of my life already. I want nothing more to do with you from now on. I have Grandma, and she's all I need. I can live just fine without you, so don't bother me anymore.
If you think everything will go your way, Alyssa, you're wrong.
Grandma, listen, I really need to talk to you about something important. It's about Mom. She completely abandoned me. She said she won't pay my tuition, and she doesn't want anything to do with me. She doesn't want to raise me anymore because I'm not her real daughter. She actually said that to me, Grandma. And after she told me that, I don't want to be raised by her anymore either. Grandma, please, I am begging you, take me in and help me. She really said she was going to abandon you? Vivien did? Well, that doesn't sound like something she would ever do to you, Alyssa. I know my daughter very well, and she wouldn't just abandon you like that. Besides, she was devastated when you told her you never considered her to be your mother. It broke her heart. Alyssa, I can't believe what you're saying right now. I know you're lying to me. Grandma, do you actually believe that woman over me? You're seriously on her side? She might be your daughter, and you might have known her longer than me. But did you forget that I'm your precious granddaughter? Don't I mean anything to you, Grandma? Yes, that's true. You are my precious granddaughter, Alyssa, and I've always cared deeply for you. But that was only possible because Vivien insisted on taking you in as her own child. She's the one who made you a part of our family. In fact, at first, I was actually against adopting you. I thought she was making a mistake." "What? You really have the audacity to say that to my face? Don't act so high and mighty. You're the one who failed at raising your daughter. Look at how she turned out. You shouldn't be judging me." "That daughter of yours is a high school dropout who still chooses to work in the club scene even when she's well over 40. It's so humiliating of her that even I'm so shamed about it. I mean, I can't even tell anybody about her job." "That's enough. I won't let you speak about my daughter like that anymore. Do you even know why she had to start working immediately after graduating from middle school? I bet you don't. So don't you dare belittle her without knowing anything about why she made that sacrifice." "What? What are you talking about? I thought it was because she was too stupid to move on to high school. Is it not?" "Of course not. Vivien was a bright and capable child. She had so much academic potential. If things had gone differently, she would have gone to a private high school and straight on to university. She was smarter than most peers at her age." "Wait, she could have continued her education? Then why didn't she?" "Well, something happened that changed everything for us. Right before the exam date for her dream high school, her father tragically died in an accident. It was devastating for us. Even worse, he was running the family business. After he was gone, I was left alone with the company and couldn't manage it on my own. Of course, the company's performance quickly declined, and we were in serious trouble. We were so close to going bankrupt. Plus, we had spent all our money on employee salaries to protect them and their families, ensuring they could still make a living. As a result, Vivien and I were suddenly living in poverty. We had to sacrifice so much to get by. So, to support us and help our family survive, Vivien gave up on her dreams of attending a prestigious high school. Instead, she started working right after graduating from middle school, sacrificing her education for the sake of the family. The only reason I was able to fix up the company was because Vivien sacrificed herself and put our family first. She's not just your savior, Alyssa, she's mine too. Without her, we wouldn't have been able to survive. The point being, the reason she ended up a high school dropout has nothing to do with her abilities. It was all because of me. So don't you dare berate Vivien without knowing the whole story. You have no right to judge her without understanding everything." "Even if you tell me this now, it's not my fault because I didn't know in the first place. How was I supposed to find this out? If you were going to reveal the truth now, then you should have told me from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have formed such harsh judgments about Mom without knowing the truth." "Yes, you're right. We definitely could have explained this to you much sooner. But your crude personality was revealed because of this misunderstanding. You're looking down on your mother just because she's a high school dropout. That's incredibly cruel of you, Alyssa. You came to me thinking I would take care of you and throw Vivien aside, but I won't be kind to anyone who doesn't cherish my daughter and recognizes the sacrifices she made for this family." "Huh? What are you trying to say, Grandma?" "I won't be taking you in, Alyssa. It's not something I'm willing to do after how you've treated my daughter. I won't be providing any financial support for you either, so don't expect any help from me." "Grandma, how could you say that? No, you're joking, right? You've always been there for me before. If you don't help me, I won't be able to graduate from law school. I can't pay for it on my own." "You have money to go out and party every night, don't you? Then you should have enough to be on your own. I already know how much allowance Vivien gives you every month, and it's more than enough to live on. If you have nothing left, it's your fault for not managing your finances responsibly. If you're short on money, then get a job and earn it yourself. You're already an adult, aren't you, Alyssa?" "You don't understand. If I begin working, then I won't have enough time to study. I'll fail law school." "Even if you end up dropping out, you'll find a way to live. People manage, even without an education. Your mother proves that she can make it through life without a degree. She's a great role model for you. Life isn't just about academic qualifications. Rather, it's about how you take control of your own circumstances. Now, you'd better not contact me anymore. I don't want to hear from you again until you've changed your behavior." "Why? How could you cut me off like this? I need you, Grandma." "Alyssa, I no longer consider you to be my granddaughter. Your actions have made it impossible for me to feel that way. Live your life as you wish, but don't expect any help from me anymore. You're on your own now." "You're not going to help me? After everything, you're seriously going to abandon me like this? Grandma, I thought you loved me." Okay, my tuition for the next semester hasn't been paid yet. The deadline's coming closer and I don't have any money. Why haven't you paid it yet? I need that money to continue my studies and I am freaking out.
Look who's back. I haven't heard from you in a while.
I didn't want to contact you either, but I had no choice. The student's office just informed me that my tuition hasn't been paid and I am running out of time. I'll ask you again. Why didn't you pay it? I thought you were going to take care of it like you always have.
You were the one who told me to leave you alone, weren't you?
That doesn't count. It was just, I was so angry with you. I didn't actually mean it. There's no way you weren't aware that my tuition still hasn't been paid for. I know you're doing this on purpose. Please, I am completely out of money since I left home. I have nothing left and I don't know how to get by. I've borrowed money from my friends, but I haven't been able to pay them back. I've even been crashing at their places and now they're fed up with me and I have nowhere else to go.
This is exactly what you asked for, isn't it? I'm not your mother anymore, remember? Even if you complain to me about this, it's not my problem now.
How cruel can you be? I am struggling so much and you're just going to stand by and watch me suffer? You're heartless. All you ever do is make a living off of drinking and chatting with men every day. You don't understand how hard life is for me.
I've had enough of this. Don't disrespect me when you don't know anything about the struggles I've gone through. How dare you call my job easy? You have no idea what I've had to endure to get where I am today. When I started working after Dad's death, I didn't choose to work in the nightlife industry right away. At first, I worked in a factory, but the wages weren't enough for the two of us to live on. So I took the plunge and entered the nightlife scene. I didn't want to, but it was a last resort for me. In the beginning, it was really tough. I was clueless about making my customers happy, so they would constantly get mad at me. I was terrible at my job. It was so bad that I cried every day once I got home from work. But even when I was miserable, I knew I had a family to support. That made me continue working no matter how hard it got. I nearly quit my job many times, and yet, because I wanted to take care of Mom, I kept going.
What is this? Some kind of a sob story? Are you trying to make me feel sorry for you? No matter how much you try to justify yourself with excuses and sad stories, in the end, you're just a filthy woman who sells her body for money. Even in your 40s, you're worthless. That's all you'll ever be to me.
No matter what I say to you, you'll never try to understand, will you? Let me correct one thing before you continue with the same insults. I've never once sold my body. That was a line I was never willing to cross.
What? Not even once? Are you serious? But then, how else are you making money at your age? What else could you possibly be doing, especially when you're working at a nightclub?
I'm currently the hostess and manager at an exclusive nightclub in Beverly Hills. That's how I make my living.
You're a hostess and manager at an exclusive nightclub in Beverly Hills? I thought you were a cheap escort all this time. That's impressive. I didn't realize you were doing so well at a high-end store. Beverly Hills is no joke.
From the moment I stepped into the club scene, I've worked hard every single day to make a name for myself. Some customers even took the time to teach me how to improve at my job. I've studied a lot of things, even current world affairs, to keep good conversations with customers. I've made sure to educate myself in every way possible. It's not an easy job where you just drink with men and laugh. There's so much more to it than you think. No, it's not just my job. That goes for every other job out there. There's no such thing as an easy job in this world. Every one of them is mentally and physically taxing in some way. More importantly, some jobs aren't more shameful than other ones. Alyssa, if you don't understand these things about society, what's the point of studying law? I don't know if you're aiming to be a lawyer or a prosecutor, but to work in the legal field, you need to at least make an effort to understand people's emotions, subtleties, and the challenges they encounter.
That's not true. I don't need to understand any of that to be successful. I'm going to make it regardless. I'm part of the elite who got into law school. That alone proves that I am better than most people, doesn't it?
You just had enough academic ability to get into law school. That's all. And it isn't enough. There are definitely other essential qualities you lack. Ones that are just as important, if not more so, than academic ability. From what's happened, I honestly think you're not cut out for the legal profession at all. You need to have more empathy and understanding. And instead, you're cruel. That's why I'm done helping you, Alyssa. I've given you enough support, and it's time for you to stand on your own. I won't be supporting you anymore. You need to learn to manage without my help. If you still want to continue attending law school, then figure it out yourself. There's one more thing I need to tell you. Until now, I've raised you as your foster mother, doing everything I could to be there for you and guide you. But I'm cutting ties with you. I can't continue to be a part of your life any longer.
What? You can't be serious. If you took me in as my foster mother, you should see it through to the end. You can't just give up on me now.
Sorry, but I've already fulfilled my responsibilities as your parent. I've done everything I could for you. You're already in your 20s, Alyssa. You should be able to live on your own without relying on me. Besides, it would be humiliating to be taken care of by someone you don't even consider your mother, right? It's better this way.
I'm sorry. I'll take it back. I didn't mean what I said before. You're not an idiot. You're not scum at all. This all was just a huge misunderstanding. I really do appreciate everything you've done for me, Mom, so I am begging you. Can you still support me? At least until I pass the bar exam, please. This dream is so important to me, and I need your help.
I don't need your thanks, Alyssa. That's not what I was looking for. All I ever wanted for us was to care for each other as a family, and nothing more. Enough of this. Can't you see that these are the consequences of your actions? Let's just leave it at that and move on. It's frustrating to see you keep playing the victim as if you're the only one who suffered here. I hope you're still not thinking of yourself as a rose that grew out of concrete. It's time to face reality.
Is there really no chance for us to fix things? Please answer me. Mom!
I'm heading over soon. I just wanted to give you a heads up. Are you ready, Mom?
Yes, dear, you can come by any time you're ready. I'll be waiting for you. But, Vivien, what's going on? Why are you inviting me out to dinner all of a sudden?
I just thought it's time I do something nice for you, Mom. You've always done so much for me. When I said I was quitting the factory to work the nightclub, you didn't try to stop me or shame me. In fact, you supported me all the way, even when others might have judged my decision. Not only that, but when I had trouble with customers and didn't know how to handle them, you gave me advice, didn't you? You made me into the woman I am today, Mom. Your support and guidance is so important to me. So thank you. I don't think I've ever said it enough, but I'm really grateful for everything you've done for me.
What are you talking about? You don't have to thank me. If anyone should be thanking you, it's me. You're my savior, Vivien. You've sacrificed so much and worked so hard. I owe you everything. Talking to Alyssa made me realize all over again how much I took away from you, and it really hit me hard.
That's not true, because this wasn't your fault at all. Don't worry, Mom, you didn't take anything away from me. It's true, I couldn't go to high school or university, but that doesn't mean I regret the path I chose in life. Instead, I've been able to have more valuable experiences than most people in the world. There's no need for you to feel guilty at all. You did your absolute best, and I'm proud of the life we've built.
You're right. I need to start appreciating everything we've accomplished together, instead of feeling bad about our past. After your father passed away, I was so scared about our future. So much that I can't believe how far we've come now. You've grown into such a strong woman. I'm incredibly proud of you, Vivien.
Right? I told you there's nothing to worry about. There's no need for you to feel guilty at all. But going back to Alyssa, I might have went a bit too far with how I handled the situation. Even if it was meant to teach her a lesson, I think I was too harsh on her, don't you think?
Vivien, you did it for her own good, didn't you? Sometimes tough love is necessary. Plus, you've raised her this far, and she's already a grown-up. She needs to learn to stand on her own now.
You're right about that. I just hope she can learn from this and finally become a better person. Anyway, order whatever you want to eat tonight, Mom. I want to treat you, so don't hold back. Dinner's on me.
I'm getting old, so who knows how much I can eat. I'll give it my best shot.
Alyssa continued to party and live recklessly, even after realizing she couldn't pay her tuition without getting a job to support herself. As a result, she eventually dropped out of law school. She was left with no other option. After leaving, she drifted from one friend's house to another, relying on the generosity of others just to have a place to stay. However, now her friends are tired of her, and nobody wants to help her. She disappeared from law school without even repaying the money she borrowed from her friends, leaving behind a trail of broken trust. Allegedly, she was spotted in the nightlife district of downtown LA, where it seems she's trying to find any way to get by. Whether she's working as an escort or going to more extreme measures to make a living, I have no idea. Either way, all I know is that she was apparently dressed in rather showy clothes. I had hoped she would change, that she'd find a better path. However, this seems unlikely now. As for me, I'm still working diligently in Beverly Hills, doing my absolute best. The only thing that's changed recently is that one of my longtime customers politely invited me to go out with him. Not just a casual date, but instead for a luxurious dinner. Mom encouraged me to accept the invitation, but even at my age, I can't help but feel a bit nervous about it.